Yakir, Y-O-T-A-M, first name, Y-A-K-I-R, the last name, Yotam Yakir, head of the Media and Public Relations Division here at the Knesset. I was a journalist for many years, writing and managing a few of the leading channels in Israel, the Israeli radio and the Israeli newspapers. I highly appreciate Christian media. As a spokesperson of the Knesset until a few months ago, until I switched to my current position, I always responded to Christian media, gave interviews. Actually, one of the most challenging and interesting project I did was as an Israeli shaliach, as an Israeli emissary in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, with WCVO radio that provided me with a full day of a radio marathon to celebrate Israel's 50th anniversary. 20 years have been passed. And I thank you for coming. I think it's extremely important for us having this kind of media that without compromising on the professional qualities, you do at least understand Israel, understand Israel's needs, and in some way you are helping to transfer our messages. I also thank the Israeli GPO, Government Press Office, my dear friend Nitzan Chen with his excellent team that is here. We work closely together and they organized it, and I thank them for bringing you guys to the Knesset. Now, a few facts about the Knesset. We are a relatively small parliament, only 120 Knesset members. We're very small comparing to other parliaments around the world. And it's also interesting because the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, had 120 Knesset members also when it was established in 1949. When the Israeli population at the time was around 600,000 people. Now we are almost 9 million people, like 15 times bigger, and we still have the same size of a small parliament. There are some voices that we should make it a little bit bigger, having some more parliament members, and the parliament members at the Knesset are very busy due to the fact that they need to be at the same time, at least at 5 committees, because we don't have enough Knesset members to be in all these committees that are active at the Knesset. We have around 20 active committees in the Knesset, in this current one, the Knesset. Now, this is the 20th Knesset. We had 20 terms in 70 years of the Knesset. This is the 20th Knesset, and during the year of 2019, we are going to have elections. This current Knesset was elected in 2015. 4 years have been passed. You hear all these rumors about making the elections in Israel earlier. Actually, it doesn't really matter at this point because it's going to be at the year 2019 anyway. We are not sure whether it will be on time at around October, November, or it will be earlier sometime during the year. But we are going to have elections quite soon. Another important fact that will surprise a few of you, I guess, that we have in this current Knesset 10 different parties that are represented. 10 different parties. This may sound to you like a big number. Actually, it's one of the Knessets that has the lowest number of parties due to the reason that in the last elections the threshold was raised and therefore we had less parties in this current Knesset. As for instance, in the 19th Knesset we had 13 parties. How do you manage a Knesset with 10 parties or more? It's difficult. Should have asked the Speaker of the Knesset. But what you need to do is obviously build a coalition. In this current coalition, we have 6 out of 10 parties are part of the coalition. altogether you need the key number of at least 61 Knesset members to have the majority. This current coalition has 66 Knesset members. The rest of them, 54, are the opposition led by the Labour Party, and obviously the current coalition is led by the Likud Party, led by Prime Minister Netanyahu. To make another impression of the size of the parliament, only around 600 Knesset workers, plus around 250 Knesset guards. You saw them at the entrance. They are keeping the security of this place. An annual budget of around 0.7 billion shekels annually, still a very small number when you compare the Knesset to other parliaments around the world. But having said all that, that we are a small parliament, we still are a very effective parliament. I always ask in my presentation, but this is not the auditorium doesn't fit, how many new laws are announced in one term of the Knesset? And the answer, surprisingly, is in the hundreds. Hundreds of new laws in this current Knesset. I checked the number that changes almost every day today. Starting in 2015 until now, 2018, October, where are we? October 16 or 17, 560 new laws in this term only, which will raise the question, why do we need that many laws? And there are many answers to that, but basically it's important to understand that Israel does not have a constitution, and therefore we build it bottom up, and many new laws are also corrections of old laws that we change them according to new technologies, the economical changes, etc., etc. Now, the Knesset is, as I said, was established in 1949. State of Israel was established in 1948, but the Knesset was established a few months later, in February 1949. Therefore, we celebrate the Knesset 70th anniversary this coming year, and we'll try to do it in an interesting, creative way. What I would like to show you is a short film that was up on the Israeli it's a 1-minute film. It's worth your time, even though I was upset to find out that we don't have an English translation, but I'll translate it at the end. And it's part of a campaign that tells the story of the Knesset in 1 minute, and it shows you how the Knesset, and I may even want to say that it's in a very emotional way. The Knesset was involved in every critical decision in Israel's history, in every dramatic junction in this country's short history. The Knesset was involved. The Knesset made decisions. And this short film shows you a very famous dramatic incident in the Knesset, the visit in 1977 of the president of Egypt, Anwar Sadat, who suddenly, surprisingly, arrives to the Knesset. Let's watch it. I feel you'll find it interesting.
אנו מכריזים בזאת.
לקבל החלטות היסטוריות.
No more bloodshed.
קריאה שנייה.
להכריח לעשות את צעדי ההתנתקות.
מי בעד? מי נגד?
הכנסת, 70 שנות דמוקרטיה ישראלית. אויבה הגדול ביותר של ישראל מגיע במפתיע לנאום בכנסת.
بسم الله ولقد لكي نقيم السلام.
למדנו מן ההיסטוריה, אדוני הנשיא, כי המלחמה היא נמנע, השלום הוא בלתי נמנע.
כעבור שנתיים, הסכם השלום שקבע החזרת שטחים הובא לאישור הכנסת.
אדוני היושב ראש, יש לי בקשה אליו, יואיל להגן עליי בפני הגברת גאולה כהן.
אני מבקשת, אדוני היושב ראש, להגן על ארץ ישראל מפני ראש הממשלה.
בסיום הדיון הסוער אושר ההסכם ההיסטורי.
No more war, no more bloodshed.
בכנסת, מתווכחים, מחליטים, ממשיכים יחד.
Okay, this is how it goes. Israel's bitterest enemy, President of Egypt, surprisingly decides